me turn this down. That is my bad. Okay, so there's two very big things happening with our channel right now. One is I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe. And two, we finally have a new mix. Usually my lo-fi mix that I play for my games, like, it's basically the same thing that I've been using for the past, like, I don't know, like the past year of me making this YouTube channel. And I finally found one that rivals the ones that I've been using before. So it's gonna be new things. Now, if you see in the thumbnail, I'm trying out two decks. I'm trying out Poltnor, well, Dragapult, but mostly Poltnor because I want to see if that's good or not, and Lucario. And I'm trying out two different builds. One is the Hariyama build, which is the more common thing, and then my version or my take on Lucario without Hariyama. So I'm going to make it an effort to alternate between the decks until I find like a good deck. So I have two variations of both of the decks that I'm playing today. So I'm gonna try both, you know. So I'm gonna obviously start off with Pult because that's like that's kind of what this channel was like originally built around, but I don't know. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the call out, Ani. And what's up, Temer from NYC? What's up, Ted? How you doing? Congrats on. I don't think I talked to you since our last stream, but congrats on the win at Sevilla. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's my bad. But yo, congrats. Dun Dun Lucario is my favorite version of Lucario, and that is the version I'm currently liking right now. What's up, Ani? How you doing? And okay, let's see. Everything looks good on my end, so if anything's too loud again, just let me know. And then don't play Pult, but considering it, I was a Zard player before rotation, so I'm sensitive about it. Makes sense. Sometimes you just have to join the dark side. Low-key, whenever I switch between like lists, it's usually the like whatever archetype beats the previous version of my archetype. So for example, my original deck that I ever started off with was Gardevoir with reversal energy, but with Shining Arcana Gardevoir. And that version was like very good, but it would have a problem with Lost Box sometimes. So then I switched to Lost Box. Lost Box had a problem with Snorlax Stall, so I played Snorlax Stall. And then it had a problem with Lugia, so I played Lugia. And the cycle continued until Poltnor. And then I kind of stuck with that deck for like 8 months because that deck was just way too fun. And now I'm like, low-key Lucario does pretty well against Poltnor, or like Pult in general. So I'm gonna try Lucario. Okay, so I'm going up against a one of these annoying decks, I suppose. It's gonna be annoying. Have I played much of the Towards Slowpoke deck yet? It feels really good. I should try more of it. I haven't gotten around to it, mostly because I think Poltnor could be a little better, and I've been trying to invent with that. And I'm also really satisfied with how my straight Pult list is going. The list is pretty refined, so I'm just figuring out if I can refine the Poltnor list a little bit more instead. Okay, given that that player discarded a Psychic Energy, and I don't really want to deal with Bronzong, I'm debating on judging here. I'm also testing Judge. I don't think Judge is that good in this format, but I could be wrong. I'm assuming this player has Lily's Determination or like some form of like finding energy the next turn. So maybe I just set up my board first. I'm like low-key fine with that. So I'll put Duskull down. I don't want to discard anything here, but yeah, the Yveltal Petch stuff seems good, really good in theory, I can't lie. This is kind of bad though. The poor Lucario got dismembered from Straight Pult. That's interesting, because I think if you bypass item lock, like Lucario kind of just steamrolls straight Pult. Well, not steamrolls. It depends on if they have Clefairy or not. But yeah. Okay, so they have Legacy, and I'm barred out of Evos. This is kind of an issue. The good thing is they don't really have a plan from here on out. I'm debating on boss, but I might just power up my Monkey Dory instead. And so I'm figuring out how I can play this a little bit better right now. I think first and foremost, I think Lily's Determination is there, and I have to like build my way to Mind Bend here. I'll attach this here, and I guess I'll give him items. I don't like particularly mind it. It's a little annoying, but I'm going to be able to Mind Bend them next turn. And then I'm debating on Pokepad for a Monkey Dory later, but I think for now it's fine to just put a Dreepy. This is a weird matchup. I actually am not familiar with what I'm supposed to do here. All I know is I think Mind Bend here would be really good. Hopefully, like, it looks like their hand is kind of like dead, so I'm really not inclined to judge here. Especially since I have the Psychic Energy in hand to Mind Bend. And then they're obviously going to go Evolution Jammer. He didn't even grab a Dreepy turn when he blocked for Latias and Clefairy and attached to Latias. Yeah. Dude, I've been really enjoying attaching to Latias preemptively. I like that play quite a bit. Okay, there's a Telepathic for potentially another Bronzor. I'm assuming they're going to Super Psy Bolt me next turn, which is not that big of a... No, they would never do that, actually. They would always just Evo Jammer. I've been really liking this new mix, though. Let me know if you guys like the old one or new one better. Would love some feedback. But I think, Ted, I think the Towards list probably does farm Lucario because they have Clefairy in the list, so that kind of makes sense with double Crispin. Like, I think all you need is, like, Latias and Clefairy at that point. Yeah. Anyway. After this match, I will immediately play Lucario Hariyama and then just, like, alternate between the two archetypes. I will be playing different deck lists, though. I want to try Maractus and Pultnor. I also want to be trying heavier counts of Crispin, I suppose. Or heavier counts of Judge and Crispin. So I'm trying out everything here. Okay, so he does get a Frostlass. Yeah, I agree double Ruins is, like, pretty good in the matchup. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Mind Bend for sure. What do they grab from me out? They gonna kind of... Oh, Lilies, and then they Ultra Balled for Frostlass. Put Jamming Tower. So not a whole lot, actually. Which is good. I don't think I want to judge here. Because... yeah, I don't really feel the need to judge here. Putting down Duskull also might be a throw. I guess my main goal is I want to prevent Frostlass right now. So, is it better to maybe KO Bronzong or... well, I can always move the damage on Snorunt worst case, so I'm just going to move the damage on Bronzong instead. And then I will Mind Bend here. 3-2 had a cup yesterday with 70% resistance. Crazy work. Prizing 2 Pults when you only run 2, not recommended. Agreed. Unless if you're playing Pult Blaziken, I do not recommend going to do Pult. I think it's a throw to do that, unfortunately. I think that's a major throw, in fact. Now Bolt is the play. Nah, fade that deck front of. Well, actually, Bolt is not that bad, but it's not like great either. I don't think there's a lot of agency with that deck, unfortunately, and I'd like to choose decks that lean towards agency. I feel like all the Gardevoir players are just flocking to Pult, though, because I think that's like the next best thing in terms of agency. But I could be wrong. Maybe there's other decks with a little bit more agency. We'll find out. You wanted to switch to Zoroark, but didn't like any of the lists. That makes sense. I don't think. Wait, let me flip tails. Oh, that's really bad for me now. How do I win this from here? Well, I can mind bend, but I feel like they steamroll me later. I've done my job for confusion. If I KO with Bronzong, what happens? Well, okay, I'm gonna stall the timer by adrenabraining onto Bronzong here. Or maybe it's better to hit the monkey and maybe I just KO the Bronzong. I don't think it's like that big of a deal, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think it's like a ridiculous deal to KO Bronzong here. And then 4 prizes. I don't want to put Badoo down. Yeah, just put Duskull down and then Judge here. Because I need energy, ideally. And then I just get rid of their water for next turn. So that's like pretty neat. Darkness energy was there, so maybe I could have discarded. No, I need a Dracloak for next turn. That's actually a throw. I'd be very surprised about Salvatore coming up. Yeah, that's fine. The legacy energy is like not the biggest deal. It's just the Bronzong has to get off the board. Wow, this new music feels so weird. I don't know, like, I'm so used to the old mix, you know? But, again, anyone, yeah. I should also probably closely monitor when I hit 1,000 subscribers. That'd be, like, really cool to hit today. Let me check my channel really quickly while I'm waiting for the folks. Okay, 995, okay. Almost there. Okay, so they do end up hitting Hilda, which is like fine-ish. I will promote the Duskull and then just let it chill there if they're gonna attack with Frostlass. Okay, so they opt to not attack with Frostlass, which is like okay for me. It's like alright, to be honest. It's not like great. You can unsubscribe if you want to edge hitting 1K a little longer. No, it's fine, bro. No, you don't have to do all that. You're so generous, Ted. You don't have to do that. Yeah, I'm not a slop bolt believer either. I feel like Lucario is just better. Just straight up. I believe my Draclooks will get spawn camped. So I have to... I'm trying out Dusknoir for this stream because I think that has the most potential to do well. But the straight pult lists are kind of like... Okay, wait, hold on now. So they're going into Frostlass here, and they do have the water energy in hand. I can't, like, really trap anything, realistically. If they're at 4 prizes right now, do I just sacrifice the Duskull? So many decisions. Like, okay, my 2 decisions right now is, like, Okay, actually, it's definitely just sacrifice the Duskull. Like, there's no debate on that. I'm just figuring out what to do with this Ultra Ball. Discarding Rosas is unfortunate, but if I discard Night Stretcher, I never get Monkey Dory again in the game. So I think what I should be doing instead is grab this. I'm already, like, quite behind, so I have to, like, Fez or Dracloak here. It's, like, terrible, to be honest. And I also prized my Meowth, which is... Did I prize double Meowth, actually? I'm pretty sure this list has double Meowth. That's fun. Is it? I'll try pushing my luck a little bit because this Pokemon's gonna get... I basically get like not +9. Oh, right. I'm gonna concede here. That was so dumb. Right. I forgot. Guys, did y'all forget that when Monkey Dory dies in passing, Pheasantipity doesn't work? Okay. Let's reset here a little bit. I will play this list again. I'll give it one more chance because that wasn't a real game. That was like completely my bad. What I should have done instead is I had to grab Dracloak there. So, mistake number 1 for today. No more of that. Especially that level of blunder too. Yeah, pretty genius play. I gave him the win like that. But in my attempt of experimenting with decks, I've been like fluctuating outside of my general elo. Earlier this week, I got to 1850. And then with me experimenting the entire time, I just kept dropping and dropping. So, yeah. That's got. I'm honestly fine with. I'm honestly fine with dropping into elo if it means that I find a better deck. So, I'm like pretty fine with that. Can never complain about Lily's determination in your hand. This list is playing double risky. And as always, I'll be posting all the lists in my Discord. Like the 4 lists I'll be playing, like moving around. I'm most likely going to be making changes as the day goes by, so we'll figure it out then. I'm going up against Archetypes. If I had to guess, there's Heroescape in this, so I have to figure out math from there. I don't know if there's Monkey, though. Their original list had Monkey, but we'll figure it out. Larry's Skill is an interesting card, though. You already have your energies discarded, so that's pretty good. You're able to attack with Archetypes next turn. Dusk will be my best friend in this matchup, so... I plan on actually putting down Risky Ruins in the hopes that I can use Monkey. However, I think I probably should have put down Monkey. Well, I didn't have to. I'm like fine with putting down Monkey now. But I think there was like a merit, there was some merit not to put down Monkey there. But I will itchy here. Played at a cup today. I played in Discord straight pull. Deck felt good. But again, the guard shot method without the tower feels so bad. Any tips? So that's like the one, like, not auto loss, but it feels like really bad, to be honest. Like, that matchup is like a little annoying because what you have to do is you have to either aim for their energy or you have to wait. Also, let me just make sure. Did they use Larry's Skill there? Oh, they didn't. Okay, that's quite interesting. So I guess the Mind Bend actually wouldn't help here. So if I put down Latios, no, but I have to use Meowth, right? So I can't really like do that. I'll sack the Monkey, and I have to use Meowth for Lilies. Although his boss pretty good. No, I have to, obviously. But yeah, Chomp, like, the issue with Chomp, like, playing Chomp is that sometimes you just brick, like, extremely heavily. But when you set up your rose raids and stuff, it's, like, really hard to get back from that, in my opinion. I'm gonna use a Buddy Puffin for the squad here. I will set up a Duskull, like, later in the game. I don't think I have to put it down now. But I would like to item lock a little bit more here. And then I have Roses in hand and Crispin as well. Wait, I should probably start drawing first. That gives me more encouragement on what to do here. I'm cool with discarding Crispin and keeping Roses instead. No, I wasn't supposed to discard the... not the... Like... Lilies, dude. I needed to keep the Lilies and Roses. I wanted to discard the Dusclops instead. It's fine. I'll play on hard mode. I'm, like, fine playing on hard mode. Any merit to playing a Jamming Tower to help out with the Chomp matchup? No, not really, because Chomp is not as popular. I think if lists... like, are very heavy on playing, sorry, let me just make sure I'm doing the right play here. I think if lists are starting to play, Heroescape and we struggle with that, then I'm fine with that, but we don't really have a problem with Slotbox, we don't have a problem. The only problem we have with tools is, Garchomp, so I'm not really, like, inclined to run that, if that makes sense. Dude, that might have costed me, like, the run for this game. That's, like, really annoying. I'm discarding the wrong things today. I might have to, like, straight up judge into the cards I need, which doesn't feel great. But, you know, this other Dracula can actually save us here. Unfortunately, it does not. So we're gonna have to do what's called a judge maneuver here. Okay, that's unfortunate. Loki playing like terrible today. I'm gonna have to discard this so that Roses gets like full value. I'm down to sacrifice the Monkey Door here and see where I come from here. I think just hitting into the Archaludon is fine, but I need to like... If I draw into Dragapult next turn, I'm down to Roses. Or should I just go straight into Roses? Or just... No, I think I'm gonna do this. And then I can Roses the turn after. That seems like fine. Okay, well I'm gonna draw cards first because I don't want to just put down the Meowth for no reason. Okay, that's one card. I will put down a... I'll put down a Duskull, I think. Get Roses, but Roses is not the card I need anymore. I'll attach here, and then I have to try to get Dragapult from this. But now that I have to go with Meowth, I'm going to actually save the bench space for Monkey Dory. So I'm going to Lilies here. And then after this game, I'll play Lucario. Okay, not bad. Oh, yeah, dude, with Pult Nord today, I did so bad. I think my I started Meowth twice in my best of 1 game, so it's like, yeah, I think the game cannot be played, unfortunately, with that. But I feel like I can't tell if, like, in my game 1 in Mirror, it was like really good, and then like game 2 and 3, because I started Meowth, I'd never picked up Tempo, so I feel like my deck is like too high rolly, if that makes sense. Like my original list that I posted in Discord. So that's why I'm like modifying it a little bit better. I'm low-key down to just get the Palpad out right now. Or the Pokepad out right now and slam this down because there's 2 Dark Energy in my deck. Put this down and then I can get some good games going. The ideal turn next turn, by the way, is... I played against a Poltnor and just witnessed some of their other games. It felt too bricky in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I think if you find a way to make it more consistent, then like Poltnor is really good into the meta. But right now, I feel like straight Polt will be like the list that I play. Like the list that I posted with like my most recent straight Polt list that I posted in the Discord is what I would be playing if Prague was tomorrow. 2 Monkeys also very, very good. I agree with you. Completely agree. Well, I'm very glad I decided to use Watchtower ahead of time. Okay, they decide to Metal Defender here, which makes complete sense. Low key, if I find a Dark Energy here, that's really good. So I'm going to thin my deck right now as much as possible. Just grab a Duskull, it doesn't really matter. Roses plus Pult, it doesn't seem like terrible either. I don't think they're disrupting me anytime soon, so I'm down to just do this. Pultwood Chicken seems strong. Yeah, for now, but I think once people understand that you just have to aim for the Blaziken and, like... Okay, this is really good. I'm definitely just healing... or Adrenabraining. Let me inspect the board here real quick. Were they able to get any pieces that they needed? It was like... They played Ultra Ball for the Relicanth. Okay. Yeah, they're in quite a predicament. So I'm gonna move damage onto this Duraludon, because then they are forced to only use 1 Archaludon, and that's pretty bad for them. So I will put 5 here, 2, 3, and then put 1 here. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Sounds good to me. If I can KO the Relicanth, that's pretty good. I'm surprised I have like some footing in this matchup right now. My deck wasn't ordered, was it? I think the second one it was ordered, like the second Dracloak. Yeah, the second Dracloak was ordered. So there's 11 cards in my deck. Assemble Alloy makes sense here. They opt to use Fez, which makes a ton of sense. What's the ideal prize map we look for? You ideally want to do something along the lines of... You just have to gust around the Clefairy or knock it out. And then if you knock out a Clefairy with a Lily's Pearl for some reason, you're going to have to now use... I'm sorry, let me like think about this for a second here. I also just don't want to lose to this, so... I will get you in a second, Gob. Give me 1 second. I have to find the maximum out of me finding this Roses. Well, that's like a start for sure. It's a good start. In hindsight, maybe I should have used Monkey to Mind Bend, but that also just seems like not worth it, actually. I don't know. I'm gonna lock in and I'll answer your question about the matchup really quickly after. Thank you for your patience. I'm just locked in. Well, I'll hit this and then thin. I'm like fine with this thinning here. And then I will recon no, I can just fez. I can just fez. Recon 1. That's not a Rosas. That's a Rosas though. Yo, to be honest, because I have all this energy here anyway, they win with boss. Why don't I just stretch them out for energy boss? Because I have 3 boss in my hand. I actually don't hate that idea. Like, I actually like that idea more. To just go into Jet Headbutt into Bezendipity. Because now they need energy plus boss to win the game. Instead of just boss. Yeah, I'm down for this. I think this is just a cleaner play. In my opinion. And I don't have to evo this other Dracloak, right? So, okay, so sorry. When you're going up against Slopbox, their main way of dealing with you is they have to use Lily's Pearls to like offset the prize map, right? Okay, well they have the game anyway, so that's fine. But I think that was just the correct play for my board state. I will be switching over to Lucario for the next game. But, you know, going back to Slopbox, their main way of like offsetting your prize map is that they use the Lily's Pearl, and the way you deal against that is you have to gust around the teal masks and or you just KO the Clefairy so that they don't get another attack, right? If you Adrenabrain onto Relicanth. Oh yeah, I had to Adrenabrain onto Relicanth anyway, so that was like also my fault. I was like too mistaken, but yeah. I had to Adrenabrain the turn before, and then after, if they didn't get energy or boss, then I'm able to swing with boss's orders and then KO Fez and Relicanth. So that's like my bad. I was thinking that they would just attack, and yeah, it's like I had to move the damage anyway, but okay, I'm gonna actually lock into your question because I feel like I'm dodging it, but for Slopbox, you just have to either KO the Clefairies on board and try to break them to not get another one, or you have to just go 2/2 against the teal masks on their board. This guy's a control player, so I'm a little worried about this. But I run Scoop Up Cyclone, so that's fine. Okay. They make me go first, which is fine. Unfortunately for me, starting Lunatone kind of sucks here. Oh, I love this deck so much. Ain't no way. I might need more consistency in this deck, maybe. Yeah. This is unfortunate. But, you know, fortunately for me, I do have this card here. I will save the switch here, because I don't know what like type of control I'm going up against right now. Oh, no, dude, you didn't mess me up at all. Like, if I'm not able to, like, communicate my thoughts while playing a game, then like I'm not playing the game properly. So you're totally fine. Like, continue to ask questions. This stream is meant for like having conversations and stuff. So don't apologize for that. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you just being in stream and just asking questions in general. So ask away whenever. I will be grabbing a Rio though, and then I will end my turn. The reason I decided to just use the air balloon is I don't want them to like evil tall trap me, assuming that they're playing control right now. But yeah, I will be going in depth with and then I think you also have Discord access, so if you ever have any questions, like I'm always there, so ask away, man. Okay, Elgium, that checks out. Interesting. I think they're gonna use Luxray EX to snipe my trainers off my hand, so that's interesting. Elgium does not harm me in any way, shape, or form. Contingent that I'm swinging with Solrock. Okay, Badoo here seems good for them. Makes a lot of sense. I will definitely be judging them. I do have scoop up as well, so there's like 2 outs from retreat lock here, so I think I'll be fine against control. I don't want to discard energies. I think I'm cool with keeping my board state like this. There's not a lot they can do to harm me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like what's the point? Do I have to draw cards here? Assuming that I'm probably gonna get LGM'd and there's 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna just Cosmic Beam here. And then if they LGM, that's like fine. So I just gotta play conservatively. Anyways, if you guys are new to the stream, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the links down below. Also, Omega Scissor, congrats on winning with Straight Bolt there. Good stuff. Make sure you just share like your matchups and stuff in the Discord too, so that everyone else can get help from that. Does that Luxray have fighting weakness? That's pretty lit if it does. It does. Okay, this is good. It's like pretty good. Okay, they're gonna LGM me. Just fine by me. They're not gonna gust me, I suppose. So slight shift onto Lunatone is completely fine with me. Now, do I want to find one of my other judges? That's what I'm debating on right now. I guess the trainer snipe doesn't even matter, right? So I'm cool with just... Well, first of all, I definitely do that. And then the second of all is... They're going to knock me out with Luxray. They're going to knock out my Soul Rock with Luxray. So I'm going to try to Lunar Cycle here and try to get a judge. Let's gear for judge here. Doesn't happen, which is fine. I'm hesitant on getting down another Soul Rock, but I actually think it's the play. I think it's the play to put down another Soul Rock. Oh, that sucks. They're just going to snipe that. That's unfortunate. That was really unlucky. Well, I think they need energy as well, so we'll see what happens. Cypher's good here. I play a 1 of Cypher, and I'm going to see if it's good here. And, you know, based on my knowledge of this board state right now, I think it's going to be very useful. Because I'm going to knock out this Luxray. Yeah, no Cornerstone makes sense, but... Lucario just feels like more consistent right now, because I think the lists are very... Not solved, but... They're getting closer to being solved, right? So... Just gotta figure that out. Okay. Interesting. I guess they're trying to KO me. Oh, that's pretty lit. I like that. They're gonna Piercing Gaze, and they probably should get rid of Cypher instead of Scoop Up. But it depends on their end con, right? Okay, so they decide to get rid of Scoop Up, which is interesting. Now the issue is, do I... Well, okay. 16, 19, 380... It's like simply not enough damage, unfortunately. So I kind of have to attach here and then Lilies in the hopes that I get triple PP up if I wanted to KO it this turn, but I don't think it's worth it, right? So I'm going to chill on this hand here. And then I'm also going to... This Air Balloon's going to get sniped. It's like low-key fine with me. As long as the switch doesn't get sniped, I'm like very fine with that. And then I get to attach energy on my board as well, so I'm gonna just do that. Okay. In hindsight, I think I still should have attached onto the... I think I should have attached Air Balloon onto Mega Lucario. In case if I had to retreat out of it, but we'll see. But yeah, Lucario seems like pretty strong. I've been seeing some discourse on Twitter saying that, oh, this deck is fraudulent, and I feel like the people that are saying that Lucario is fraudulent it's just because their decks are really bad against Lucario, so they're trying to push propaganda. I'm always a bit of a skeptic whenever someone says anything negative about a deck. So, just a pro tip of whenever like you look at other people's decks. Okay, we're gonna see some Fez snipes. That's fine by me. They decide to Fold Strike. Maybe I should have put down a Riolu then. I wasn't really expecting that. That's fine. 360. I can knock out with Lunatone. If I hit a PP up. I like simply just need to hit a PP up though. Oh, does this work? 380? No, it's not enough. Wow. Without the Dunsparce, this deck kind of like blows. But I also played like an idiot, right? I don't think the deck is to blame for this, right? But yeah, guys, the deck is definitely not to blame for this. It is simply the player. I have to Ultra Ball for Mega Lucario or else I'm gonna get bricked. And I will attach Air Balloon here. I will right my wrongs here. I'm worried if they have Crispin or something. That'd be quite annoying. But feels bad to not put down Riolu the turn before. Also, it feels kind of ridiculous to not find one of my PP ups here, but I digress. I think I'm just gonna Power Gem. No, I'm gonna go into Soul Rock instead. And just Cosmic Beam here. In case if they Crispin. Anyway, you know, my thoughts about this meta is like it's still like pretty fun, even if like the decks are really unrefined right now. I think that I'm at least every day I'm getting closer and closer to a better list. So that's all I'm very happy about. And also this mix is pretty nice, this new one. So can't complain. Tomorrow I might go to a league challenge with the Lucario to Dunsparce list, just to try it out. But I need my Dunsparces. I'm still missing 3 Dunsparces for the challenge. Nighttime Mind, that doesn't do anything. Okay, cool. Still in Pultnor mode. Yeah, so Crispin happened. Yeah, I'm very happy that I decided to go into Soul Rock instead. Dunsparce. That's spicy for sure. I think most decks have a big weakness like Clefairies, which leads to more diverse meta for now. Yeah, I mean, and also everyone's just trying new stuff, right? So it's like very interesting. Like, oh yeah, the game's kind of cooked from there. I thought it was trainers. I didn't think it was like any card ever, so that was very dumb of me. However, I'm able to KO with Lunatone anyway, so. And I have this Night Stretcher, so I'm never punished. I'm never, ever, ever punished. Yeah. No, I'd be pissed if I was him too. This is a locals, actually. But, nah, dude, I'd be so pissed if I was him right now. I'm forced to attach, so I guess I'll attach to Soul Rock. And then obviously I'm gonna get a boss's orders next turn from this. Luxray seems cool, yeah, for like a hand disruption, but I feel like if I just played a little better, I wouldn't be in this situation. All I had to do was put down a Riolu. Oh, that's pretty neat. Are they gonna get E-switch down or? Oh, we don't have enough bench space for this actually. So I think we're chilling. You can't KO with Clefairy. Okay, so I'm very glad that I decided not to overbench. He needs area 0, and he's not going to get area 0 down. So, good for me. Okay. Fair point. Definitely will never ever bench another Pokemon again. So I'll do this. I do have Boss. So all I have to do is just Aura Jab here. Oh, well, I could have probably Soul Rocked instead. That's kind of dumb again. I feel so rusty today. I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like if there was another cool way that they could have dealt damage to me, I probably should have played the safer route and just go into Soul Rock instead, so they're forced to use Boss. But, alas, that was very dumb of me. So, if they're able to take Knockout here, that's like completely my fault. Blood Moon is not the answer, though, for them. I'm like pretty sure Blood Moon isn't the answer for them. It's probably Black Belts, actually. Yeah, dude, this is just so dumb. I just had to swing with Soul Rock and I would have been chilling. Stretcher for what? Yeah, just an energy, and then they use Black Belts, right? I'm definitely gonna get punished by Black Belt. I'm just waiting for it. Please put Black Belt up. Oh, interesting. Judge. Full Moon Rondo. Well, I got really lucky. I got super lucky. That shouldn't have been a real game, man. I can't believe I have to force attach to this either. If they'd taken one more prize, they had game with Baby Luxray, which is pretty funny. Yeah. No, it's pretty interesting, right? I feel like I played that really badly, so let me go fill up my water bottle really quickly. But I think in the meantime, I'm just thinking about, oh wow, it is pouring outside in San Francisco today. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is so bad today. Anyway, I think I'm just used to Lucario to Dunsparce now, so I'm gonna like actually switch to Lucario to Dunsparce. No, I did say a rule in this stream is I'm gonna alternate between lists. I'm gonna play a Maractus list now to see if that like works. But I think I'm gonna switch up my rules after the first like rotation. I have 4 decks today, right? I think what I'm gonna do after that is like every time I lose, I switch a deck, because then that way I get like more reps with the specific list. So then we get like more of an idea if the deck is good or bad. So I'm going up against Corrupted Storm. I've definitely seen that name before. So I'm gonna go grab some water while we're setting up right here. But yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I decided to put Maractus in because I think Retreat Lock could be good. Obviously, like I play 4 boss in my list because if I'm going heavily into the retreat locking shenanigans, I have to compensate that with extra gust. Wow, my deck sucks. Oh, I'm hitting an Arboliva. Okay, not bad. Okay, I did hit Meowth, so that's like decent. A Teal Mask, that's fine. Putting 10 damage on the Teal Mask is going to be really good for me. So no complaints, like absolutely no complaints there. Now, I am debating on just, well, I'm going to save the Risky Ruins. I was going to originally say that I'm debating on putting down Risky Ruins preemptively so I can pre-damage my Pokemon, but I low-key think it's better to counter Stadium for this matchup. Okay, they put down Fez and that's fine by me. Maractus will be very useful later in this matchup. I think trapping the Fez will be like phenomenal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this. I still think Meowth is required here, but maybe next turn because I'm guaranteeing Pokepad right now. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that next turn. Or would I get Arboliva? It's annoying. I can't tell. Because I have Pokepad for Dracloak next turn. Loki seems fine to just do this. He's fine to do this. Is Dawn or Brock better in Straight Pult? I go back and forth between them. I think Dawn is a little better than Brock, but what if I tell you that neither is good in those decks? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think originally I played 2 Dawn in my Straight Pult list because I was like, oh, I really want to beat Pult or any Pult variant, and then I was like, dude, this is low-key kind of bad, so I just decided not to. Okay, so Maractus is out of the equation now, given that they have Bulbasaur down. But the good thing is there's no Arboliva, so well, plus or minus everything, you know? Fine with putting it down now, though, based on their board and their lack of like doing anything. I'll put down Monkey later. It's not really a necessity right now in this moment. Okay, I have Crispin for next turn. That's pretty good. If I get Latias, that'll be like nicer. Rosas is fortunately like something I'm very down for. I will recon here. I will grab a Pult because I don't have, or I do have one. I'm just gonna grab the Maractus then instead, just in case. But Maractus is gonna be less useful in this matchup given that it's Venusaur, so they can just move around damage. Given that Roses is probably good here, I'm gonna definitely just attach this Yeah, that sounds about good to me. And then we can retreat here, and then I will need Noir next turn. I'm debating on if I use Save the Pokepad for Dusclops. I think saving it for Dusclops is the safer play. In the long run, specifically. But yeah. If I can get rid of this, like, all these energy on Teal Mask, that'll be very, very good for my board state. Hence why I'm making a bigger push than usual on getting the Dusclops down. And I have so many outs to basic Dreepy anyway. I got 3 Buddy Poffins, 3 Buddy Poffins, and yeah, just 4 outs, and the Ultra Balls as well, right? Yeah, 8 outs. Okay, so they do get Dawn here, which is it's fine. It's not that deep. Yeah, to no one's surprise, they get the Ivysaur down and the other stuff, so it's like quite fine for me. Meganium down, and then Ivysaur down as well. Now, how do we play from here? The very good, the best news here is that I get to KO this Ogerpon. So, and there's not enough energy on their board to justify anything. So I will recon first to see what cards I'm getting from this. Okay, so this is 1 card. Do I boss in the hopes that I KO and gatekeep Chikorita off? I don't know. I'd rather just like get the energy down instead. I'm gonna save the pad for Monkey if I need it as well, depending on if I get a Dark Energy. I don't get a Dark Energy, but that's like fine. We'll instead get Risky Ruins. And so that I'm not reliant on using Crispin next turn in case if I want to pivot to something else. I'll grab this. I do have Fire and Psychic down, so I'm going to Rose's Encouragement here. So I'm not reliant on it next turn, and then I can attach an energy here. Yeah, this seems lit. I will grab Dreepy here in case if I get stamped, which is like a... It's probable for sure. It's not like, yeah, it's probable. So I'm going to do this. And then there is a Venusaur in their hand for sure. So now I have to debate on how to spread my damage counters. I think the best way to do this is something like this. I think brute forcing into the Venusaur is not the play here. I'm going to handle this Regigigas next turn. And then that's like their energy. So even if they get like Teal Mask and stuff down, that's like fine with me. Thoughts on a more aggressive Pultnor list? 4 Candy, 2-1-2 Ghost. 4 Candy is like interesting. I just don't like it in the mirror as much, fortunately. Like, I find that candies are a little bit situational, but it's like good for comebacks, I suppose. I can't tell. Yeah, my short answer is I can't really tell. Yep, I get stamped here, which is fine. I think I drew the Fez from prizes, right? Or, yeah, or else I would have slammed it down, I think. It's looking quite annoying now. And now they just need Boss's Orders to win, which they only play 2 of. The odds of them finding boss's orders is kind of low. But, I don't know. You can always have it. Yeah, see, in situations like this, it's nice to have roses beforehand instead of Crispin, so I'm not reliant on roses this turn. I will have to recon first. That's, like, not great. Do I have... Okay. Obviously, if I get the energy, that's not going to do much there, right? So I have to instead grab a Night Stretcher for Dracloak to dig more. I cannot shuffle my deck yet. Buddy Buddy Poffin. But I can grab... I think a little bit on the cooked side here. I can always try Maractus stalling, right? If I use Maractus here. Yeah. I mean, what do I have to lose, right? Something like this seems fine. I keep the Dark Energy in my hand because this is going to get damaged. It'll be 100 damage on Regigigas, and I can KO Teal Mask and Regigigas next turn. Yeah, that sounds actually pretty good to me. I'll grab... these two cards. Sure, I'll put this in my hand and then attach here. And then there's a Psychic in deck, so I can use the Psychic instead. Yeah, seems fine. I think instead I should have attached the Dark Energy here, but that's like, whatever. The hope is I find Unfair Stamp and KO Teal Mask plus Regigigas, so then there's no threat. Okay, so they bossed that. That's annoying. It's actually really bad for me now. So... yeah, I guess if there's one good thing that came out of it, that means one less boss to worry about. Is Latios in my discard? I'm pretty sure it is. Wow, this stinks. So I have to actually use Maractus here and find Latios. The game's over here. I also think like KOing Meganium was probably a better play in hindsight because they would need to find one of Night Stretcher and Dawn to find the cards again. What I was thinking is they could easily find Lana's Aid, but like when in hindsight, they'd also only play one of that as well. So yeah, I don't know. Given that Regigigas was already in their hand, right? So. Now that Venusaur's online, I think the game is kind of cooked. I was like, okay, why don't I just target the energy instead? Because if I KO the Regigigas next turn, then that's like fine. Yeah, okay, I figured it out. I think I have to just KO the Meganiums this match. Oh, 998 subscribers. 2 more until 1,000. Also, I'm going to concede here. There's actually no world where I can win this. Because no matter what, they'll be able to KO something. I can't gust anything to prevent it because of Venusaur switching around energy. They can attack with Fez, and the game is over from there. So, KO Meganiums instead. And then this is the Lucario to Dunsparce list that I've been cooking up a bit. And I've been, by the way, really enjoying this list. With the Dunsparce, you're able to pull off combos a lot easier than before. It's just that you don't have a 1-prize attacker like Hariyama to compensate for your 3-prize attackers. But I digress. I think like the Dunsparce is really good. I feel like I'm also never bricking with that deck either, because I just have extra draw throughout the game. And you know, Lucario, that you know how little it needs to function. So if I can get some draw engines going on with Lucario, that sounds pretty good. And it's also cool because like you attach Air Balloon on Lucario, you retreat it into the Dunsparce. Like let's say you use Mega Brave on Lucario. You can't use Mega Brave again the next turn, but what you can do is you can attach an Air Balloon, retreat into the Dunsparce, use the ability, put back Lucario into the active, and then be able to use it again. This also helps with Mind Bend shenanigans as well, because I'm very pro Mind Bend on in the Lucario matchup for Pult, so I'm definitely aware of what's good and what's bad. So starting with this list, whenever I lose, I will just rotate between Pult lists. Pult and Lucario list to figure out what's better. Huh. Remember when I said I wasn't bricking that much? This chat mogs Azul's chat so hard. Dude, what's going on in Azul's chat? I heard there's like some war crimes committed in that chat. There's a lot of like backseating, I suppose, right? And I feel like if anyone has like a comment about like, oh, why didn't you make this play? Like, I'm completely fine with that. I feel like this is just a channel to make sure that everyone's plays are like better, right? Also, I need an energy here. If you can give me an energy, that'd be pretty sick. That's fine. I actually didn't even want the energy in the first place. Yo, guys, remember when I said this deck doesn't brick? Yeah, I think it's kind of bricking right now. Well, I'm going to discard... Well, first of all, I'm going to discard the most expendable cards. I think it's these two. Before I figure out if I discard Lucario. Because if I'm whiffing a Lucario here, that's pretty bad. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm also going to discard Lucario into Dunsparce in the hopes that I get out of this next turn. Yeah, this is fine. Questions up in there are flat out brain dead. Yeah. I think the nice thing about my micro community is I feel like it's mostly for people that are like looking into competing a little bit more. Whereas Azul's chat, from to my knowledge, is like more casual. I could be wrong. But I think because Azul just has this wider range of people watching his content, I think like more people don't care about competitive stuff as much as the micro chats or the micro channels, if that makes sense. Okay, Team Rocket's Petrol for Spike Myth, right? Just do it. Yeah. And then you have candy. I already know, man. Just put down the candy. Yep, I figured. So the Sorok's gonna die, Riola's gonna get damaged, so now I'm figuring out what to do from here. I'll promote Dunsparce to use to Dun right after. I'm in quite a bit of a predicament here, so gotta lock in. But to be fair, like, I don't think it's like that bad of a position here either. They have to 2-hit KO Lucario. And I have the Scoop Up Cyclone to maybe heal turns after, though. Or heal the turns after. So I have to Dunsparce and I have to try to bank something, anything. Okay, so if I don't draw anything good, then I'll put Solrock up. Okay. That's like pretty good enough to promote. What are the odds of me hitting Lunatone Energy? Is it enough to justify? Or do I just go into Mega Lucario? Loki down for this instead. I think the odds of me hitting Lunatone plus energy is like decent. Okay, so I hit neither of those, so that makes me feel a little better. Jesus. Well, I'm gravity mountaining. I'm not letting him get any free rides here. Okay. How do I win this? Guys, this isn't looking so good. I'll have to end my turn here. Officially, I did Dunsparce Believer. No, come on now. Wait, I'll come back. I swear I'll come back. I always do. But you know, if these two Dunsparces were Hariyamas, what? I mean, where are we then, right? Just trolling. I'm a half believer. Yeah, I knew it. You switched up so fast. Okay, discarding the Larry skill seems fine. You're gonna put down Monkey now, and then they're gonna start putting damage on my board. It's like a little annoying. Actually, perfect math. So I'm gonna have to. They're gonna Shadow Bullet me. If they put up second Monkey Dory, I get camped, unfortunately. 270? What are the odds I hit? Well, I can't KO, actually. Never mind. Boss doesn't do anything here. If I put down this other Riolu, what ends up happening is that if they get Monkey Energy the next turn, then I'm also cooked. So, because they just sniped that Riolu. So, I'm low-key more down to just not use that one and then try to find an 80 HP Riolu. Like so. Yeah, like so. This is good. So, what I'll do now... Do I even KO? I low-key don't think I hit. I think I just attach and pass. Nah, that seems like some cap, actually. Seems very capped to do that. Strange. Actually, don't know what's the best play here. If I was gonna commit to hitting into the Marnie's Grimmsnarl, I think I would have done something a little different, but... I want to find the scoop up right now. Or give me the most odds of finding scoop up here. That's not scoop up. But I will be putting down a Dunsparce down again. Here's a cool thing you can do with Aura Jab, by the way. You can actually circulate fighting energies back into the deck if there was fighting energies in my discard, right? Yeah, then like it was actually no reason for me to Aura Jab and I just gave him an out. I thought there was energy in my deck, or my discard. That's fine. And then Lilies, surely. His hand is a little bricked here, actually. This is interesting. What are the odds I hit the Lucario and switch between those? Nah, the odds are monumentally low, but I'm gonna still try it because I think I lose if they find a Grimmsnarl the turn after. Well, okay, so it's a good thing I didn't attach. Well, no, because I don't have PP up, or Premium Power Pro. So I still have to swing here. Unfortunate. And I do have to Mega Brave. Hit this. Hit this. I have to Mega Brave. And then if they get Grimmsnarl, then the game is just over, and I just have to accept that. I simply just have to accept that. Oh, there's my scoop up. Sure, I didn't prize check. That's fine. Okay. That's like completely fine with me because I'm just going to scoop up this Lucario now. And then Aura Jab, and then we're in business. I somehow won this. I don't know how. Or not won, but I'm somehow in this game, which is like should be illegal, by the way. Like that should just not happen at all. Definitely not judging here, but I'm definitely gonna scoop up this Lucario up again. I'll put this down, incentivize them to knock out that later. I will KO Morgrim because they need Candy Grim, and given that they don't have Grim, what are the odds they have Candy? So I'll do this. Definitely don't put that down. Lunatone and Soul Rocker chill. I'm going to keep this as a fighting gong because I'll only put both of them down when I have both of them. Yeah, no, I'm actually chilling here. I'm fine with this. Aura Jab. Completely healed my Lucario here, so. When you see all these top players saying that Scoop Up Cyclone is like the best A-spec in the format, there's some skepticism, but like, as long as you're watching this content, like, you're seeing how good Scoop Up Cyclone can be in a tanky deck like this. But not seeing you play Pult is really strange. Yeah, I know like my brand is usually like Pultnor, but in reality, I just like any deck that's fun. And this deck is fun, so I'm gonna play this deck. So that's how I feel about it. I could get Blood Moon knocked out, potentially. No, I actually cannot, but I would be down to just be on the cautious side and Aura Jab with the other Lucario. And this is why I play 4 boss in this in the midst of not using Hariyama, and that just feels like pretty fine to me. Also, their Grimmsnarl deck sucks, I guess, because like I was supposed to lose every day of the year. I don't know how I'm not losing, but I was just supposed to lose. Like the scriptwriters did not cook with this one. I like should be losing right now. I should be losing. Like, do you know how many mistakes I made up until this moment? Like, this just doesn't make sense. Bro, I'm Aura Jabbing. I have 0 energy in my discard the entire game. I want to show the true power of the Dunsparce in this list. And, like, I can't do that when this player's not getting their Grimmsnarls. I'm gonna camp this with boss's orders. I guess showing the quadruple boss is like the strength of this as well, right? So you don't need the Hariyama, I guess. Oh no. Yeah, just concede. I feel so bad for this player, man. That sucks. I think they just had to grab the Night Stretcher instead, but I had boss anyway. Unfortunate. So as per my rules for the stream, I will continue playing this deck until I lose, and then I'll switch immediately into Dragapult Dusknoir, like my experimental version. So, yeah. I am really, like, you know when you pick up a new deck and you're like, yo, I'm losing, but I'm having a lot of fun with this? This is Lucario for me right now. Like, it was the same feeling I had when I picked up any of the decks that I played in the past and did well with it. So it's a good sign when I'm really enjoying this deck. Now, is it good? I think it is. Is it BDIF? Absolutely not. You lose to a lot of one prizers with this deck, but I'm enjoying it. I think if I build the deck a little bit better, I'm gonna try to find ways to get around the one prize deficit. Okay, concede. That's 2-0. That's 2-0 with this list. But you beat a lot of the top decks, which is nice. Because you can just play like extremely aggressive or... Well, I guess the deck is just all in all an aggressive deck. This player used to play a lot of Charizard online. I think it was a lot of Terrazard, if I recollect. Nepu, if you're still in the chat, I'm going to make sure you're still a Dunsparce believer. Not a half believer, but a full believer after this. So, you better stick around and find out how many games I win from here on out. I will go first. Sounds good. Okay, this is like not gonna sugarcoat it here. This is like quite a brick, unless if I pull a Soul Rocket Lunatone here. Dawn Judge. Oh nah, what is he playing? He's playing Paltnor. Okay, well I have the Riolu Lucario combo, so it's fine. Get bested by my own deck, I suppose. What would you say is the matchup percentage of Lucario versus pure Palt? First of all, let's go. No way I got this Lunatone down. I need to draw cards. Second of all, I do think Lucario has a slight advantage, even with Clefairy or Latios, but it just depends on how well I'm able to set up. And in the case of this, I'm able to set up quite well. Do I get rid of Acerola and Gravity Mountain in pursuit of using to Dunsparce next turn? Yes, I believe so. I think Cyclone is just like too good of a card not to put down. So I'm going to discard these two and grab this. Acerola is really good for this matchup, but I think getting down double Lucario is just going to seal the deal for the matchup here, depending on if they're playing... depending on if they're playing Noir or not. If it's straight Pult, I feel like we're just solidifying this. Getting double Lucario under item lock is disgusting. So I think it's like slightly unfavored for the pure Pult perspective. Especially if I'm able to get double Mega Lucario. Sometimes you can scam, but unfortunately for them, they weren't able to scam with Risky. But they are doing the correct play of putting down Dreepies down and then putting down 20 damage. So, yeah. My brother did well in a challenge yesterday with Lucario to done, so I'm a little curious about it 100%. Yeah, of course. I think it's a good deck. Okay, Judge. Fine. Oh, interesting. He's playing this deck. Not a fan of Pult Blaze as much. You unfortunately attached to the bench instead of the active. So, if y'all don't mind, I'm definitely just gonna Lunar Cycle here for the lilies, right? Nah, it's fine. Can't be picky. Definitely cannot be picky here. It's weird because I don't I don't necessarily want to use Judge here. So you know what? I won't. But I want to discard cards. So I'm going to discard these two. I don't necessarily want Judge, but I can use the Dunsparce instead. And I don't want anything in this next hand, so I'm just going to chill. I don't need to use the Dunsparce. And here's the thing. If they decide to unfirst stamp me, this Dunsparce will stay in my board, right? So I'm like chilling. So I'm going to Aura Jab into double energy on Riolu here. And then, yeah, you know, go from there. Deck seems OP right now. But yeah, I think I just played way too much Poltnor, so I'm kind of jaded from it. And I feel like just switching into a different deck is going to make my time playing Pokemon TCG a little bit more fun. But if there's no other deck that feels good, I'm just going to play Poltnor. Because I'm very good with that deck, so yeah. And then it's kind of the same philosophy that Noah took when we were talking about... Because he's like a Poltnor bot like me, but he decided to switch up between like Absol and Zoroark because he was just so bored of Poltnor. And I don't know if y'all heard, but he won the Orlando Regional Championships. So just a little anecdote for my point, I guess. Torchic there is like unfortunate kind of thing, but yeah. I'm gonna Lunar Cycle first and then do Dunsparce after, because I need to find the Lucario. The Mega Lucario. Okay. Interesting. So they bench lock themselves. Just good for me. I think it's really good. They Itchy. So they're playing Blaze Pulse, so they're not gonna... They can attack with Clefairy. It's something I have to watch out for. So actually... I don't need anything here, right? If I put down Lucario here, they can actually win with Clefairy, Combusken, Lucario. I'm low-key down to not put it down, actually. And just use Aura Jab onto Solrock in the hopes that I can swing later? Question mark. Is that like a reasonable thing to do? Maybe not. This Dunsparce is damaged right now, right? So, Okay. What's the hardest thing to get off of them here? I think it's this. And I'm gonna use Aura Jab here. And then I'm gonna attach an energy onto Solrock. In theory, would have been hit with Clef having full bench, then Stretcher and Crispin again. It's not that easy. Yeah, that's also fair. But I think the Pult Blaze list does it a little better. So that's why I'm like more cautious. I think in hindsight, I probably should have used the Dunsparce to find or dig for Lucario there. Because if they get Crispin, that's like pretty annoying for me. But they're going to get Dracloak here. I think it was still, like, given the hand that I had, regardless if I got good cards or not from Dun, I think Boss's orders on a Dracloak, given that I have double boss, or a quadruple boss, is, like, fine. I don't think I don't achieve anything by hitting the Badoo. Maybe if I had Lilies, I don't know. But... just putting down your Pokemon. They need to find the one Crispin or like, I don't know. They just need to find a decent amount of cards, actually. Okay, so they use Risky here. Lilies. I guess they're trying to bank Candy Blaze again. I don't know. Not my problem. No way they got Candy Blaziken like that. Did they discard a Dark Energy? Okay, they didn't, so that's good. That's pretty good. Well, losing Ace Roll is kind of sucks. Kind of very stinky, actually. I'll put Lucario down. If I find a Gravity Mountain, which I also discarded. This matchup is getting a little annoying because of the discards that I made earlier in the game. But I do have Scoop Up Cyclone to scoop up the Lucario damage, so... yeah, and I have the 2 Premium Power Pros. Or 1, I need 1 only. So if I get a Lucario here, I'll just use that, but I don't, so... However, I'm down to Lunar Cycle once I get a Dunsparce down. Yeah, this sounds good. And then hit this. Okay, so given that I have a Lucario now, there's no world where they're not gonna have Briar. There's just no way in hell they have Briar, dude. And I only need 1 Premium Power Pro because they damaged themselves earlier. Okay, I rock with this. I rock with this play. Discard these 2, unfortunately. I want to keep a higher concentration of lilies in my deck in case if I brick. And I can keep this hand, actually. What's the harm in this hand, right? Like, I actually have everything I need for next turn. So I am just gonna Mega Brave here. And then when they inevitably KO me with Pult, which is their most ideal Pokemon to KO it, they can't use Clefairy anymore. I have to respond with a Premium Power Pro. Next turn. It looks like I'm chill though. Like, given that I got the Mega Lucario there, I'm in a good spot. And in the worst case, I did have Scoop Up Cyclone. The reason I'm not using Scoop Up Cyclone right now is like because I don't really need to, right? Like I'm fine with this Mega Lucario getting knocked out and then the Dunsparce getting knocked out as well, and then just tank with the big Lucario. They're gonna need quite a lot, and I win with Boss too, given that they put down Fez. So all in all, looks pretty good. I think in hindsight, maybe I should have discarded the Dunsparce, given that I was gonna get spawn camped out of Dunsparces, and instead save the Boss's orders. Kind of a misplay on my end, actually. But, you know, I'm learning with the deck, and it's been really fun for me learning. Oh no. Ultra Ball for what? Dragapult. Stamp? Question mark? Also, don't put that Meowth EX card in this deck. Like, regardless if you're playing Hariyama or the Dunsparce version that I'm playing right now, or like that I'm cooking up right now, I think that you shouldn't play a Meowth in the deck because it's a liability. The other nice thing about this deck list is, like, you know when you start that Makuhita and you're like, God damn it, right? Like, you just don't want to start that card. Also, I don't even need to use Boss. I'm just gonna use Premium Power Pro. Pretty lit. The deck is lit. I don't think that the Dunsparce, like, here's the thing. I think that the Dunsparce kind of helped because you're just drawing the +3 cards and, like, making yourself unfair stamp-proofable. But also, I feel like just having the 4 Boss in my deck is really good at finding those crucial kills. Like, yeah, sure, I probably could have KO'd the Badoo, but I would rather just KO a Dracoloak, right? This is -2 draw for the rest of the game. So I am now, oh, this is Calvin Connor. Oh, that's sick. Okay, this is gonna be a good game. This player is really good. I don't know if y'all know Calvin Connor like that, but if you don't know, he won Toronto last year, and he's like a very decorated player. Or maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I'm just gonna say this guy's a good player. I don't know if it's Calvin Connor, actually, now that I think about it. I'm gonna put the Dunsparce up. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose to Yan Mega. You guys, pack it up. I'm losing to Yan Mega. That is Cal? Okay, cool. This will be a game of a century, but I'm in a 3-game win streak and I'm trying to make it 4, so I'm just gonna beat him. Hope he doesn't mind. Alright, obviously I hit the Lily's Determination off this, right? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? And then I'm gonna hit a whole lot of nothing from this. Actually, that's a whole lot of something. This is in fact a whole lot of something. I don't need to use a Scoop Up Cyclone here. There's like literally no point in using that. There's no world where I get KO'd next turn. Well, no, there's a world. He can switch into the Yan Mega and then attach and then hit in with Dunsparce. And I just have to take that, and I'm fine with that. I will accept my fate. And then attach here. And then end my turn. Sounds good to me. This seems like a decent turn. Yan Mega. Wonder if there's any like auxiliary attackers you can use instead. Yeah, okay, so they get the Jet Cyclone. I'm just worried about the boss's orders. That'd be like really annoying. But also losing a losing an energy here, like losing a Riolu here isn't like the worst thing in the world. If I have Ace Rolos after to compensate for it, it should be fine. Lucario's a fraud? No, you're a fraud, dude. You gotta try this deck out. You have my list, Trains. Okay, so he does get the boss, which is like whatever. But I'm not like pressed about that, to be honest. I think that's like fine. Oh, so he doesn't get the boss. What is he getting instead? The petrol for what? What could be better than a boss here? Okay, so he's getting Wellspring down, and then that petrol. Ooh, this is sick. This is sick. Color me impressed. I think you should attach all 3 and then save the counter for what it's worth. But this is fine. This is like kind of fine, actually. I'm gonna sacrifice the Lunatone and then put my own Lunatone down. And I'm fine with them like trapping that, I guess. Maybe I should have put up Soul Rock for that reason. That's fine. I get to correct my incorrect decisions here. Eventually. I'll keep it like this for now. I don't have energy, or otherwise I would have just swung in with Soul Rock. So I'm going to let the Lunatone have its fun there. And end my turn here. I'm not really progressing the board state if I'm pushing the Soul Rock up, so I'm just going to chill. Let it get knocked out. Did I just glitch out? Okay, you drew a card. That's fine. Area 0, sure. Scramble Switch is lit, though. You can't even lie. I wonder if there's other decks that could benefit from that. Maybe like a future. No, you can't use Future Box. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Rocket Spite Ops. Rocket Spite Ops deck. Okay, I am spared, which is good. Breaking news, Discord is now a Lucario Discord. Thank you for your attention in this matter. Let's go. Yes. For now. I think, obviously, most of my work right now is on Dragapult Dusknoir, or like Dragapult in general. But, you know, I'm happy to delve into different decks. Okay, so they're using the Latios to swing with Lucario, against Lucario, so that's interesting. I'm down to promote... Well, no, you need... Bro, what are you doing? I guess he has it in hand if he's doing all this. I don't want to use Gravity Mountain because I need to get rid of the guy right there. I'm down for pushing up Riolu, given that I'll be using Air Balloon next turn. And then I have to get a Dunsparce to Thin. And I need Boss here. So it's actually quite a lot of cards here that I need. So if I grab all of these and try to thin my deck in the hopes that I find Boss's Orders, plus energy, that's a lot. So I kind of have to just go for it. That is not either of those, but that's like fine-ish. Because I can just do this instead. I'll have to attach Air Balloon here. I'll explain the reasoning after. But y'all gotta trust me on this one. Okay, cool. This is fine. I'm gonna end my turn here. I did not use Scoop Up yet, right? Okay, no. So my line is I have to KO Kangaskhan, Meowth, and something else. I have to KO Latios first. That is like the first like major order of business there. I have to KO Latios because that's the only thing that is threatening Mega Lucario knockout right now. Then even if Yanmega does that like that attack, like it doesn't matter. I can do some other stuff. I can use a Scoop Up Cyclone and try to reset that way as well. Okay, so I see my line here. I can use Solrock for knockout on a one prizer, then take a knockout on Latios, and then take a knockout on Kangaskhan, as long as I don't bump the stadium here. Okay, but unfortunately, I think he's playing correctly installed here, given that I attached Air Balloon preemptively. So this is kind of like a punish for my play here. Will he be able to switch in again? I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Ooh, I had the boss's orders too. I only have one balloon. That feels bad. I was assuming that he was going to KO the Riolu, but I think he's smart. Well, yeah, I'm going to just hit him with a little quick attack here instead. That's good, Because then I can just KO with Aura Jab now. Without the need of premium power pros. And then I will Evo this Mega Lucario the turn after. And go from there. Okay, so he's buzzing here. Which makes a lot of sense. I do have to KO the Latios though. Fortunate for me. Okay. Boss, what? Lucario? Or the Lunatone, because I discarded it earlier. Okay, Lucario, sure. This is like completely fine with me. Where did the other energy go? Is that... Oh, it's not visible. That's funny. 220 is not... Or 120 is not enough, right? So you're going to have to do something else there. How much energy is in my discard here? Okay. How do I control this the best? With Ace Rolas in the mix. I think the best way to deal with this is if he doesn't have boss's orders. I'm gonna swing with the Soul Rock first. Did he use he uses Ace Spec, right? So I guess drawing with the Dunsparces isn't like that big of a deal. Because I want to find Ace Rolas next turn. That's pretty good, actually. This is pretty good, just like digging wise. So I got like a decent amount of cards here. Do I heal the Mega Lucario given that he decided to swing in with that? My answer is yes. I am just going to go straight up healing this Mega Lucario right now. That sounds good to me. And then I will Cosmic Beam. So then they cannot win next turn even with the boss's orders. This seems like the best control-y way of dealing with this. $130 to 10. Okay. Okay, I figured it out. So what I'm gonna do next... Okay, well, I can't do any of that now. I'm just gonna lose now because of boss. So I actually think that when I was playing around boss's orders... Well, I would have lost with boss against boss anyway, right? So it's like fine. Maybe I should have, instead of putting another to Dunsparce, I needed to put a... I need to put a Riolu down. I think that was my mistake. So how do I win this from here? Is there anything I can trap? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it. I think the game is now over. Fact. Cool list. It is a concede though, unfortunately for me. I think if I was trying to play around boss, I needed to put down a second Riolu. Or, sorry, a third Riolu. And I play 4 Riolu in my deck too. So... as promised, I'm going to switch to a different, I'm going to switch to Pult. And then once I lose with Pult, I'm going to go back to Lucario. I'm going to play this list, though. I don't think Maractus is as fun as I wanted it to. Actually, I'm going to change Judge. I don't think Judge is that good in this list right now. I think I'm, like, yearning for the Crispin. But here's, like, a prototype of the list. This isn't like a list that I would post because it's not good yet, but I'm just trying it out. Get rid of Judge and then add a Crispin, and then energy count wise is 432 kind of OD. Not really, because like ideally you don't want to use these energy supporters, right? So okay, I think maybe we can go down to Crispin. I'm just figuring out the last card here. What do I want in this deck? Just like more outs to Pokemon, I guess. Or like I'd have two Meowth in this deck list, right? Yeah. There's like some lists that I post that have one or two, so I'm just like sporadic about these counts right now. But could just be one Dawn. Or Judge. I'll just put Judge back again. Like, I'm realizing maybe the Crispin isn't, like, the second Crispin isn't that necessary, in my opinion. It's good, but it's not, like, fantastic to set up. I guess Judge helps you with, like, disruption on, like, Alakazam and, like, other decks. Especially the Slop Box deck that you guys keep talking about. It's a good deck, but not really at the same time. Okay, Pokepre. Let's see what they got. Bear, Moltres, Shaman. Otherwise, yeah, Judge / consistency seems good. Yeah, I could probably put Bear in instead. Moltres, I'm less inclined to do that. And then Shaman, absolutely not. I don't think I want to put down that card in my deck. Feels like too techy for my liking. Okay, I'm going first. There's the only Crispin I have in my deck now. What are they playing though? Oh, cool. This is the new like Jellicent weird list that's going around. Let's see it in action. If it's good or not. I actually don't know this list, but I know that people have been buzzing about it. Do you think non-rare Candy Straight Bolt needs some other form of disruption other than Stamp? Because my test only seems like Stamp feels like not enough. So like, I think you can get away with just the unfair Stamp, but if you want, you can just put a Judge as well. Like, you can't go wrong with either. If I have double Dusclops in my deck, which I do. Yeah, Trapper I'm like more inclined to believe in rather than the other card. I would rather not. Well, Judge is fine. I don't know. I think Judge or Trapper you can't go wrong with either. I think Judge is a little bit better. Because Trapper is cool, but I think you also need like a switch out sometimes too. Like I think the Eviltal Petron package is like pretty good. But personally, I don't like Retreat Lock in a meta that we don't understand yet. And also, yeah, of course, a top deck Secret Box. Mystery Garden, that... Okay, cool list so far. Of course, that's the Frillish to stall me. Better Skull. Do they have Air Balloon? Oh, they have Latios, of course. Yeah, they have Latios. So they don't need the balloon. Yeah, so that's fine. And then they get energy, of course. Yeah. The Frillish is not pleasant to be against right now. But thankfully for me, I'm able to get some other stuff. Maractus plus Zorosis is quite funny into Zam. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Because you can just like trap that infinitely, I'm pretty sure. This is good. I would like a Lilies instead, but I'm like ultimately fine with this. Yeah, I was worried about the energy, but I think this is fine. And then I have Fez. It's like pretty neat. And then I Itchy here. And then I knock out these two. I'm worried about like a Lily's Clefairy spawning out of nowhere with Wonder Patch, but I think I can get past that later. I have Duskulls to threat. Diancie is like a little annoying. Okay, so Diancie, Clefairy, and then if they attach, that's... I have to figure out ways to get around that. But I think I can play patiently if they start swinging with that. Judge is pretty annoying though. I had a pretty good hand. Okay. Not bad. I will be able to KO this Frillish, which is nice. Or, well, I need to find the cards, obviously, but... If I find a Dragapult here, that'd be really nice. Boss for what? Clefairy? Yeah, that sounds good. If I get it. Well, maybe I set up Monkey instead, depending on what I get or what I don't get. I need the Pult. It's like the main thing I need. And Meowth will try to get me there. Give me the Lily's Determination special here. Nice, nice. Pretty nice. Night Stretcher for the fire energy because it's gonna get knocked out. Then I can gust up the Clefairy, that gets knocked out, and then win by doing some other random stuff, I guess. Sure. Win by winning. That's my motto, I guess. I'm down to bump Risky because I don't think I win next turn. Yeah, I'm cool with this. There's no stamp, so this is fine. I can attach to this. And dive here. And they're in a predicament here. I don't know what they can do. Obviously, they KO my Pokemon with Diancie, but then after that, like, I don't know what their best play is from there. You know? Like, I'm going to KO Lily's Clefairy, and I guess they rely on Judge. Oh, my game is lagging. Okay, cool. Right there. Forgot to ask about, also without Shaman, Moltres, or Candy, how do you play against Arboliva matchup? Like, either you steamroll them by, like, them not setting up their Arboliva because they usually can't. Ideally, you KO their Meganiums because then they can't power up their Teal Mask to knock out. But in the case that they get Arboliva down, they usually get 2 prize cards off of you. But then after that, if depending on your board, they only get 1 prize card every time that they use that, right? So, given that, I think what you can do is you can use Monkey Dory Mind Bend and then try to Mind Bend out of that as well. Like, there's so many ways you can win. But the way you stall the Arboliva from, like, steamrolling you, specifically, is you can use a... you can use Monkey Dory Mind Bend to confuse them, and then they have to, like, flip for it. Which is quite annoying for them. Okay. So given that I didn't get a fire energy, this Night Stretcher immediately expeditiously has to be for a fire energy. Oops, I dropped something. Unfortunate. I can't win this turn, right? Crispin is out of the table, and I can't boss at the same time. Well, 300 if I pop onto this. No, I can't. Well, I can win with Roses, actually. Hold on. I think I found a way to win this turn. Okay. So guys, the way I win is I need Rose's encouragement. I need... Wait, roses? I need a dark energy as well. There's a lot I need, actually. Okay, wait, I think I have it. I have monkey in hand. It's just a matter of if Rose is in deck. Yo, guys, I think I have the KO here. This is weird, but watch this. You can Dusclops here. Yeah, wait, hold on. You have to Dusclops the active, because that's 30 less, 300. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I trust my autopilot in this, showing me victory. But it's something like this. Roses is so busted, man. And then put this monkey down. And then I have exactly all the cards I need to win the game right now. Oh, I can never Meowth. I can never cut double Meowth. There's no way. I don't know if they see it yet. They have to see it, right? Like, I just win. This. Oh. Yeah, they see it. Well, that was quite a find there. I was just thinking, like, I feel like there's, like subconsciously when something, like, you have this, like, gut feeling that there's a way for you to win, like, on the spot. And you can't think about it in the moment, but you're like, wait, hold on. This is actually very winnable. So, yeah, seems good to me. I can't believe I discarded the unfair stamp to win the game, though. That's pretty funny. I had exactly all the cards I needed. The last card I needed was a dark energy, and finding that dark energy there was, like, really good. But if I didn't get the cards that I needed in that moment, I mean, all I would do is just set up a Dragapult, boss up Clefairy, and then unfair stamp in the hopes that they whiff Clefairy. But that was a cool list. Just don't know if it necessarily beats Poltnor yet, but maybe I just saw the wrong version of it, Or, like, I think even straight Polt, I don't think it beats. Just based on what I think about it, right? Because, like, if you just boss up, like, because you're not disrupting as hard, even Judge is not that good there, right? That board state, I didn't even need the double Dusk. Like, literally all I needed was to boss KO the Clefairy, and then the turn after, even if they Judge, I still have one Dreepy, and I was gonna put down a Pheasantipity just in case, and then go with trying to find boss plus Pult plus energy from then on. I guess the only annoyance is that I would have to find a fire energy or my last Night Stretcher. So I guess that would have been quite annoying to find, Okay, moment of truth. I'm gonna go check my subscribers to see if I 1K subscribers. Wow. Just like, wow. I'm so happy, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing and getting along with this journey. Getting along. I don't even know, man. I'm just speechless, you know? Yeah, I'm just going to chalk it up to speechless. I'm just very happy that you guys hit the subscribe button. I'm at 1K subs, so I'm very happy about that. Let's aim for a 2K. Unfortunately, my gift for 1K subs is I'm going to get absolutely demolished by this this Arboliva deck. So, unfortunate. Thank you so much, guys. Feels great. I didn't think I was gonna be ever in a position where anyone would want to watch me a year and a half ago when I started playing competitively. So like, it's very validating, you know. Like I'm very happy about that achievement. What I'm not happy about is how hard I'm bricking right now. This is very bad. I'm gonna have to just get a Dreepy and pray, I suppose. However, I'm gonna actually attach to the Monkey Dory because from their perspective, they're gonna want to Arboliva, so I'm gonna try to Mind Bend. I'm gonna end my turn here. How are you feeling about the cactus right now? I've seen you mostly play without it, but does it feel fine right now? So the issue is in a meta where everyone is just playing everything, it's kind of risky to play in a retreat locker because you don't know what people's counts are. That's my opinion about it, and so that's why I'm not like feeling strong about it. But again, that is my personal opinion. With that being said, I will always be testing I'll be testing the Maractus and Evoltol packages. I wish Luminous was still in the format though, because I think I would have played Stunfisk. I think Stunfisk would be pretty sick, but Lightning Energy does not bode well for Pult, so. Okay, Meowth, pretty good. But before I use Meowth, I'm definitely going to just Dracloak here and Recon. Yeah, definitely putting that Dreep Boy there. And then this. KOing could be a throw. Risky Ruins is a throw. Definitely Lilies. My hand is kind of dead here. Makes me feel so weird. Every deck is bricky right now, and I'm beginning to get to... Yeah, like, Pult is, like, very in a weird position right now, admittedly, because no one knows how to build this deck properly. And so I, at least, am getting closer and closer every day to building it properly. I decided not to KO the Badoo because I don't want to get stamped into Oblivion. That doesn't seem fun. And I also think Badoo is a good liability on their board. Like, they have to... Their bench is clogged, right? I've noticed that when I use it in straight Pult in every... it was extremely strong, but lists have changed. It feels like it's good for a turn or two and then follow it up with a KO or something. Yeah, I mean, that's why I think it's really good to... It's good to have... Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Oh, it's good to have 4 boss if you're playing Maractus or a Retreat Locker. Because you need to chain those Gus pretty well. Oh my god, please let me find an energy here. This is so bad. I can't be surprised. I think I should have probably attached a Monkey Dory and followed up with my plan. But if they didn't find Arboliva, then that was pretty good for me. However, I'm never punished, ever. Y'all mind if I bend? What are you gonna do now? Usually I'll have a few more Dracloaks in my arsenal here, but doesn't look like I'm doing well with that right now. Will he go... I mean, there's no way he swings with this, right? This doesn't make sense. What? You do that and he flips heads. That's crazy work. I think, honestly, it would have been way better to just retreat into Badu and play it a little bit safer, but I'm so surprised. Would I say fourth boss is a must? I think fourth boss is a must. Like, you need to chain bosses better. Dude, in this position, I might just have to Fez. Or Meowth for... Yeah, I might have to Meowth, actually. When red card comes back up, will people start using Neo Upper? Yeah, definitely. I think you just have a wider variety of ace specs to use after that. Like, I 100% think so. Yeah, I'm down for this. And guess what? I'm definitely setting up a Dusclops here. And then get my pad up. Grab one of these. My first order of business is to KO a Meganium. I will have to super prioritize KOing that Meganium right now. Do I ever see myself making long form content or just streaming for the foreseeable future? So my like ideal is that I want to make long form content like YouTube videos. And so I've actually had scripts of my San Antonio run, my Vancouver run, and my Las Vegas run. All of them in the form of like, you know, like Wolfie VGC, how he's a really good storyteller. It's like a very similar like format as that. But you know, that I just never got time to set that up, unfortunately. So I was never able to spend some time, like good time on it, you know? I'm gonna discard this for sure. And then I did use my Meowths, fortunately. Crispin, though. Now I need to get rid of the Meganium, unfortunately. I don't really have like that much flexibility in the matter, too. However, I will still keep it in the back. I'll still keep it. Oh, unfortunately, if I put down... Oh, this is so weird. How do I win this? I was gonna say I need Duskull here, but I can't, like... I actually can't realistically use Duskull here. Let me grab Pokepad to see what's in my deck right now. I think that'll give me a good idea of what I can do and what I cannot do. Okay, so I can crisp it next turn. So that's like a relief and a half, I suppose. KOing the Meganium, putting damage on the Believer. And they run 12 energy, right? So 4, 8, 10. Guys, I have a plan. I have a plan. It does involve a few scamming maneuvers, though. Now, how will I scam? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. I need the dark energy naturally because I can boss the Arboliva at worst case. Okay. Yeah, okay, sorry. I like thought about this line in my head, so it's like really hard to like talk about it right now, but trust me when I say I have a line. Y'all gotta put your faith in me for this one. Okay. 170, 240, 310. This has to be 40, this has to be 10, and this has to be 10. Okay, done. One, two, three, four. 1. Now you might be wondering, why did I decide to put 4 on Arboliva? That seems like a very odd number to hit. My goal for the next 2 turns, if I don't hit like this player is gonna try to use like Teal Mask to set up some shenanigans, right? And so my goal is I'm gonna try to trap their Arboliva into the active if I can't get a good Dragapult going, because if they're smart, depends on if they're smart. If they're KOing Monkey Dory, then they're in fact dumb. Or sorry, they have to KO Dragloak, right? They should be KOing Dragloak. And so that poses an issue, right? Because what? I don't understand that. I think you could have achieved the same thing by KOing Dragloak and then KOing Monkey Dory after, but I guess they don't want to get stamped. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'm like cool with this actually. This means nothing to me. Do I judge here? I don't know. Like the only way I win this is if they don't hit energy. I'm sure they have energy in hand, then that's why they're doing this, actually. So I think my overreaction was, you know, a bit of an overreaction. I will never use Judge again because, well, yeah, I'll never use Judge again because if they ever get energy, the game's over. Hello? Thanks. So that's why I'm gonna clear my board, or my stuff out here. I'll grab a Pult just in case. And I'm going to heal the Dragapult, because if they ever get Arboliva, then the game is over. 2 Jet Headbutts here would make the difference, right? So I need to instead put damage on this Teal Mask for now, and just offload this, and then Jet Headbutt. Yeah, sorry, there was like a moment where I just like, not froze, but I was just kind of deep in my thoughts because I wanted to make sure I didn't mess this up. So they're struggling to find one of their energies now, right? Okay, so they boss that, which makes complete sense. However, I have a Crispin and they have a Hoot Hoot, and now I'm nervous. Now I'm like, well, it's fine. I'm gonna Crispin for these 2. I will attach 1 and keep 1 on my hand, and then if they have Noctowl, then they just deserve it. They simply just deserve it. I have boss. Okay, keep the energy in case if they boss, right? So I have to Jet Headbutt. If they get Noctowl, then they just deserve it. But they're like not doing much, right? So E-switch, unfortunate. I played to the best of my ability. It was at the very end. Unfortunate. No. Dude, I was so close to making like an insane comeback. They top decked it at the end, unfortunately. And with that being said, I am now going to play Lucario. If this lock sticks for multiple turns, is it worth healing the Meowth over the Pult? Like, I guess, but I knew that I was going to win in 2 turns anyway. Because I had to stall that Pokemon for 2 turns, and then I would win if they didn't have, like, I didn't matter. Like, I guess technically, like, optimally speaking, you would heal the Meowth, but it doesn't really matter. This is my Pokemon, or my deck, yeah. Also, dang, the sun is out right now. Thank God it's not raining anymore. It was a little gloomy earlier today. Okay, well, I get to get well, we'll see. I think I missed a few texts, by the way. Sorry, I was like locked in for the line there. But I think I want to go second. I'm fine with either. Oh, low-key, given that I knew that this was Grass Box, I would own first. That's my bad. I'm in autopilot, I suppose. But, sorry, I'm going to look at this list real quick and then go from there. Okay, interesting. Interesting list. Sorry, my Destiny group. Anyway, I'm going to look at some stream stuff. Okay, cool. Let me just make sure I saw it right. What's up, Leo? How you doing? Thank you. I appreciate it. I would love to see someone in the TCG space figure that format out. The ability to recreate visuals is pretty key. Yeah, because, like, dude, ideally you want to get a... Like, you want a good storyteller in this space, because it's really hard to follow Pokemon TCG. Even on stream, like, the casters do their best, but I think if you show this to a regular, like, a normal person that has never played Pokemon before, and they're gonna be a little bit confused, right? Because it is a complicated it's a complicated game. Riolu seems fine here. I'm worried about a Ogerpon boss, but it's 2 boss. What are the odds? They're not hitting this. There's no way. We got to be more realistic about this. But yeah, I'm hoping that someone figures it out. Right now, I don't have the time to do it, unfortunately, but I would love to when I have more time. Hoot hoot, sure. Okay. Going back to stream. I'm surprised they don't at least the biggest creators record their games even through metaglasses. Dude, okay. There was like 6 months ago where I had a lot of passion to make good Pokemon content. And I thought the exact same way you did, Dion. I was like, why aren't we using metaglasses? That seems like the best way to do it. Because then you see the reactions, you see the cards, you see me playing. Like a lot of cool things happen when the meta glasses, or like any like recording glasses on your face happens, right? Or like is on you. But unfortunately it is banned. You cannot use that in a tournament, unfortunately. So that was really sad to hear when I first heard. Let me find a judge real quick. I'm down to judge them. Lucario's really good here. Attach here. And then air balloon. I'm going to use the gravity mountain as a counter stadium. And I'm fine discarding energy. Yeah, I'm hella down for this. So I'm going to discard this, and then I'm going to save the premium power pros for later. Fighting Gong will get me a replacement Riolu here. But I really wanted to use meta glasses. I cannot, unfortunately. Give me that judge. No judge. That is fine. There's a little bit on the greedier side anyway. Really good turn. I need to get double Dunsparce so I can chain Mega Brave again. That's why the Air Balloon is goated in this deck. You don't really need pivots because all your Pokemon are like one prizers, but I still think you need an Air Balloon to do this play of just chaining Mega Braves. I've been watching your Pulp videos and really enjoyed watching them ever since I've been inspired to play Dusk Pulse. The deck is really strong, Charlie Brown. I'm glad I convinced you on it, because the deck is kind of broken. Deck is very good, fortunately for us. Makes sense. And then they're gonna set up Meganium as well, so the Arboliva doesn't really do anything to us, right? We just have to KO the teal masks with energies. That's the thing that KOs our Lucarios. Damn, this matchup seems like really good for us if they're not able to get teal mask energy down. Oil Salvo, yeah, dude, they're cooked. 2 Meowth, by the way. I think 2 Meowth is pretty good. Hold on now. I have to retreat into this. Then to Dunsparce. Sweet. Sweet. Now, I'm debating on whether or not I should use Premium Power Pro plus Gravity Mountain or just save that for next turn. I'm thinking that is a save next turn angle. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab Dunsparce here. Get this. Gravity Mountain. This. This. In case if I get unfair stamped. I have everything I need in my hand. I don't need to use any supporter for no reason. I don't have to use it, right? So I'm gonna Mega Brave here. And I'm gonna save the Dunsparce. I don't need to use it. So therefore, it stays on my board. If I get unfair stamped, cool. I have this Dunsparce that I can just use, right? I was debating on using Ultra Ball to thin my hand a little bit, but I think I want more outs to my Mega Lucario, because if I get... My win condition now is Mega Lucario plus energy, right? If they had KO with Teal Mask. Wow, this deck is so good! This deck is so broken. Let me read some chats that I haven't read. So, seeing you play in a hotel lobby was the peak of my Seattle regional experience. Yeah, dude, it was really fun to hang out with people, talk to them. Like, it was cool. I like playing games right before a regional recently, and like it's been nice to interact with people. So I'm glad I made your Seattle regional experience, Leo. And one thing I can think of is if you're not only recreating games IRL but have a green screen setup, that makes it feel like you're actually in that environment. But yeah, it's a lot to have that, you know. Watchtower counterplay is like, yeah, like there's still Watchtower going around, of course, but I think like right now I'm kind of fine with Watchtower because I have the Gravity Mountains, and also I still have Soul Rock Lunatone, right? So it's not like that big of a deal at the end of the day. So Dion, I'm like cool with the Watchtower. It's not ideal, but I'm cool with it. It gives me -6 draw, but if I get a stadium off, then I'm chilling. But you see how I'm not like Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. My dad's calling me. Sounds good to me. Okay, cool. Went Meowth to draw, attach, crisp, and pass to locals today at 4-0. I'm so sorry. I mean, double Meowth is like really good in Pult, but yeah. Sorry. But I also at a cup went 1 and 2 because I just had double Meowth starts and like I couldn't do anything about that. So it sucks, but like if you don't start the Meowth, then you just have like a really good way of finding your Lily's Determination and or Crispins and Roses and stuff like that. So I don't know yet. Double Meowth is still really good otherwise. It's cause like Lily's is your only draw, like your only good draw supporter. So any other supporter just kind of gets like if you slaughter that into your deck, it's just like inferior, right? But yeah. How does this deck feel in Lucario Mirror? It's interesting because I think it's pretty chill. I like it because they don't have they have Hariyama, which is kind of a problem. It depends on if they play Max Belt or not. If they play Max Belt, it's bad for us. But if they don't... No, actually, I would say that we have like a slightly favored mirror because we're able to get our cards better than them. That's my opinion. Like, we're able to find our Ace Rolla and our Scoop Up better. But the issue is early game because we have 70 HP Riolus. They're able to snipe that with Soul Rock, which is fine with me. Op will go first. Okay. It's relatively fine. Relative. Oh my god. This is a matchup that I just lose to. I'm pretty sure. Just straight up lose to. I'm gonna have to hit some ungodly combos to get this running. But I do have 2 Judge to compensate at least. So maybe I can pull something off? We shall see. I can't use my Scoop Up preemptively. That doesn't seem like a good idea. So I'm gonna Lilies and see what I get from here. Okay. Is this a bad idea to just swing with Soul Rock? Seems like a bad idea. What happens if I Lunar Cycle? I'm gonna Lunar Cycle. I don't think my hand is like good enough to Ultra Ball these cards away. This is pretty good though. I'll have to sacrifice a Dunsparce next turn. It's fine by me. And then Soul Rock plus Dunsparce will get knocked out. Okay, this is fine. Something like this. the idea. Because they're going to have to chain Diplins and stuff later in the game, so... yeah. This matchup is really bad for us. I think this is like an auto loss, to be honest, so I have to figure out some scamming techniques, if you will, as I love to call them. Yeah, I mean, of course he has all this, right? You just need to have all this. Lily's checks out. I have to judge them out of a Diplin next turn. Rook. Oh god. How do I win this? Yeah, unfair stamp was definitely a possibility there that I knew about. That I couldn't do anything about. I just thought that if I didn't KO that Goldeen, then they would always get +2 cards from Thwacky, so it's just like I need to kill that. Even if I get stamped here, it's fine. Okay, well, that's a start. So we lunar cycle here for nothing, kind of. I'm gonna draw with Dodun first. Well, no, I don't have to do that because I'm just gonna shuffle 3 cards in again, so I have to Pokegear first, actually. Judge here is like phenomenal. I can actually have a chance to brick them. Yeah, this seems really good, and I'm gonna judge here. The reason I decided to Pokegear first, by the way, I didn't know if I made a proper explanation for this, but let me run away draw first, and then hopefully I get Lucario. Okay, nice. This is really good. This has become very, very good now. That's sad. Kinda have to do this, right? If this Lucario dies and I put Riolu down, I'm in top deck mode. That feels bad, but it also feels bad that, okay, they have boss, right? So I have to do this instead. Okay. They can always get boss, so I'm gonna Aura Jab here and then put like classic energy on the board. So I'm gonna do this, this, and this. And then if they fail to get a Diplin, then I'm in a fine spot. But if they get Diplin, I've pretty much lost the game. Okay, this is a good sign so far. Okay, I have bricked them. I have now a opening thread, as my friends like to call it. Holy nuts. Holy nuts. This is so good. I mean, I'm just gonna do this. And then I obviously go for the apples, right? Because that's their only festival cards. So I'm gonna boss this. Yo, so remember when I said this deck is like kind of iffy into this matchup? Obviously I was lying. This deck is so gas, like yo, this is good. judge just in case. I don't know. It depends on what they do. Okay, so they do have Diplin now. Okay, cool. Sacred Ash. They need quite a bit of cards here, right? And then do I have Scoop Up? Oh, Scoop Up would feed families here, right? I don't know. We'll see. They need to put Goldeen down. Yeah, I definitely judge here. They're not planning to swing anytime soon, right? So... Whoa, they didn't put down Goldeen? That's a throw. That has to be a throw. That has to be a generational throw. Actually. Oh, that's why. Well, what do they grab from that? Okay, they have Diplin in hand, so I'm definitely gonna... Wait, generational throwing. I should also be burning these premium powers. I'm never gonna use these in my life. I should have done that a while ago. I wonder if I shuffled in or out, but I definitely don't need these ever. But I'm gonna judge first, so I can stack my hand, or have a better hand next turn. Yeah. And then I'm gonna Lunar Cycle here. I will thin premium power again. There's no need. Yeah, there's no need. Oh, I need to use Ultra Ball for it. That was kind of dumb. It's fine, whatever. It was kind of a dumb play. No, I don't need to consider that because I'm gonna always swing with Lucario instead of Leo. You feel me? Like, I don't think I need that per se. I just need to dig for lilies and stuff. This is pretty good. Get my Dunny here, or Dunny here, and then Aura Jab. Like, the Solrock wouldn't matter because I'm always gonna swing with Mega Lucario given that I'm at 4 prizes, or they're at 4 prizes. Holy scam though! I can't believe I scammed this festival lead player. That just shouldn't be possible, dude. How did I scam? I don't even know what happened. Okay, they got the Diplin and energy. Like, I can't really complain. Maybe, perhaps, I should have judged this turn instead of the last turn. Because I think they're able to just set up Diplin pretty well this next turn. Uh-oh. This is quite bad, now that I think about it. Is there anything I can do? Ace Roller doesn't do anything. They need, like... No, low-key, I still think it was correct for me to judge that turn, because I knew they had cards like... I knew they had the cards they needed, and then Goldeen now, okay. So I'm still losing, because they're going to use Black Belt, right? Yeah. They're using Black Belt here. Uh-oh. This is quite bad. I have to Lucario here. And I can't even scoop up anything on the board, right? So I have to just... Let's see, what can I even do? What's my end goal here? I have to KO the Diplin. That's the only end goal I have, actually. Kind of the only thing I can do. So... They need boss, Diplin, energy. All very doable cards. And then now Festival Lead. Festival thing. Just in case if they have Watchtower, not Watchtower, but yeah, just in case. I need to do that. And then I will lose to boss. I also needed to draw cards. I don't know, it's fine. This is all like fine. I'll burn this and then get this again. Scoop up, it will not be useful here. But you see how I'm like thinning my deck pretty well? Like regardless of the matchup, this is like pretty chill. The only good play I have is aura jabbing here, and I will lose because if they actually don't even need Festival Lead. They just need boss energy Diplin. Which should be very doable. Yeah, so that's Diplin, so they just need Air Balloon. That sucks. Oh, they're going with the cheekier play of seeking boss energy. So then the game was like over from the start, actually. Huh. Very close though. I can't believe I almost pulled off a judge like that. Because I was like, when they didn't put down Goldeen, I was like, this is very good for me. Like, extremely good for me. But alas, it was not in the cards, if you will. It just was not in the cards, unfortunately. No. I will concede. Yeah. Energy? Yeah. That's definitely an insta concede there. But Scoop Up, I don't know. Scoop Up didn't do that much in this match, but I have to just take an L on Festival Lead for this deck. But I also think the Lucario Hariyama version also takes an L on Festival Lead, if not a harder L on Festival Lead, because it's harder for you to find your judges. I'll play this version. My naming convention for my decks have been really bad, so I would ignore the random smiley faces and the candy and random things like that. This has no candy. I played candy for like 3 games and I was like, dude, this card sucks. Especially in the mirror, it just really sucks. I know Jackson did well with the Pult list this weekend. But yeah. Let me see if there's any updates about that actually. Is the Pultnor candy list in the Discord? No, because the list was bad. Like I said earlier, I think I'd only put out lists that are like good, and the candy list that I was like playing with was bad. If you're still interested in it, Omega Scizor, I can send it out like just in case. Just let me know if you want me to send it or if you're interested in the Discord, and I'll send it. This is not to clarify, this is not a candy list. It had candy for like two minutes, and then I immediately redacted it. So I hope that doesn't cause any confusions. Okay, I'm gonna get Wellspring here. But they're gonna get itchy here for sure. So, oh, double buddy, let's go. I needed this. Low key, I'm gonna save a spot for Meowth for the turn after. Even though Wellspring is up, I think I might need it potentially. But do Itchy Paw in here seems pretty good. I mean, their only play is probably going to be to sob on my Badoo. That's like fine. I will be okay with that. Okay, that's pretty good actually. So I'm just gonna Pokepad all my Dracloaks and then Lilies after. No need for Meowth, and then I can probably put down a depending on my hand, I might just put down a Monkey or a Duskull, just to add some like extra power for my deck after. Well, it just depends on what I get from this Lilies, right? So we'll see. Rosa's is decent. It's decent. Question. I think I'm gonna run a Judge here. I'll grab Judge. But dude, if that was Crispin, I would have been in a way better spot. It's like quite annoying actually. The Buddy's also terrible here. Unfortunates all around. Gotta figure out the play from here. I think, given that they're probably gonna Torrential bump us, they're gonna KO Dracloak. And so I'm gonna draw a card first and then see what I get from that. I think they're debating on Teal Dancing? What are they doing? I don't know. I definitely think they should play the safer route and go Torrential Pump if they only have one energy. But we'll see what they end up doing. Did he just disconnect? Cool. Fine by me. Must have been like a terrible hand or something. I don't know. It's time to cause some ruckus, I suppose. Give me an Ultra Ball for the one time. No Ultra Ball. Low-key pretty... It's not greedy, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna do this. Maybe I should have just split energy in hindsight. But if I had the Pult, I'd probably just attack anyway, right? So, I don't know. Hopefully this dude just disconnected. And not punish my bad plays. Get another redemption right here. Surely this deck will bless me with a Dragapult. Okay, that's fine. Surely they'll bless me with a Dragapult, right? Okay. No, they don't, but... this guy's AFK, so who cares? And I get an extra energy, so I'm chilling, whatever. Unfortunate gameplay. I just wish they would just insta-concede, man. I don't know. It's taking forever. $1K subscribers. That's so sick. Very happy about that. Oh, someone unsubscribed. I'm back at 999. Yo, that's vile as hell. Yo, that's ridiculous. Okay, well, he's back. That's really funny. Recon here. I got roses in my hand, so that's like really good. Sure. And then if they KO me with Lily's Clefairy, I will... Yeah. I do have to get a cloak here. Definitely want a cloak. I'm just figuring out what to discard here. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna discard these two. This seems fun. And then no liabilities. No need to put down Meowth. I have roses in hand. So all I need for the next turn is Night Stretcher, roses, and then they're cooked. I actually don't even want to stamp here. It makes no sense to stamp because I have game next turn. So I'm actually going to chill with that. Yeah, I'm going to chill with that. And then I'm going to Phantom Dive. 1, all here. I think this will be my last game. I'm kind of late to one of my events right now, but yeah, pretty sick. I think this matchup is like, well, then again, he was like pretty AFK, right? So I wouldn't consider this a real game, to be honest. I don't know. Definitely did not seem like a real game. So how did Mega Lucario feel so far? It felt really good. You should watch the you should watch this VOD and like see how good the Mega Lucario deck felt. The only issue is like we just auto lose to Festival Lead and maybe maybe Alakazam. But I think you have to add like maybe 3 Judge to compensate for that. But then you sack your matchup spread in other situations. I don't know. It's weird. I have to check the counts, but my solution to that is to add another Judge. But then your deck gets a little clunky because you need to figure out what you're cutting, right? So I don't know. 2 Judge seems like fine for me, but Festival Lead is like, it's an auto loss, dude. Like there's nothing you can really do if the Festival Lead player knows what they're doing. but I think they bench locked themselves. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's my play for nationals if grass is running over in Prague. Makes sense. Yeah, that checks out. So I'm gonna just hit him with the Dusknoir here, and then I have boss in my deck, right? Yeah, I definitely have boss in my deck. Oh wait, yo guys, no way I discarded Meowth to get Meowth. I swear I'm not trying to stun. I'm just like, wow, that was really stupid of me. I did not mean to do that. But I just have game because I pop and then knock out these two. Was gonna consider Zoro, but the grass matchups feel so bad. Yeah, fair enough. Especially like Festival Lead, I think it just destroys Zoro arc. Dude, low-key Festival Lead is like BDIF if Pult wasn't there. But unfortunately, Pult is a deck, and you can't really beat that deck at all. It's so good against every other deck, though, which is really funny. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this stream. As you can see, I had... Okay, wait, that was a glitch, but... the games were pretty fun today. I feel like I was cleaning up my play a little bit better later in the stream, but the Mega Lucario is pretty good. I think if I can find a way to make my one prize matchups better, then that deck is going to be really good for Prague. So hopefully no Festival Leads there if I end up playing that deck. But as always, the lists are in Discord. You guys should check out the links down below and make sure to like and subscribe, because some evil person decided to unsubscribe from me when I was at 1K. So I'm at 999 right now. Yeah, just find a random account to follow up. So anyway, guys, that's about it. Take care, everyone. And as always, I will always be on Twitter, Discord, YouTube. Check me out.